With so many changes and so much different news every day, you're still left wondering whether you should buy or refinance your house right now. They tell you that you should keep waiting. The uncertainty of inflation, the trade war, the new tariffs. Interest rates go up and down every day, and you keep asking yourself the same question. Would it be good? Would it be smart to buy now or keep waiting? Because even though all of this is happening and it's a reality, on the other hand, you really would like to buy your house today or refinance because you have equity in your property. You have that money just sitting there in your home, which you've been saving up for many years, and you'd like to invest it, pay off your debts, or buy a second home. Maybe you have debts that are overwhelming you and you want to take action today, but you can't decide because of all the uncertainty out there. Let's try to clear up some of those points today. Given the interest rates or the cost of housing, today you might consider the stability that owning your new home would give you. No more renting, finally having a place where no one can make you leave. Also, seriously consider that if you buy or refinance today, you'll eliminate once and for all the cost of continuing to wait. Alberto, what do you mean by the cost of continuing to wait? Well, you keep waiting for interest rates to drop from, say, 6.2 to 5.9 because you say, below 6 is good, below 6%, and I'll buy. Every month you keep waiting. Every month you pay that rent again. Even if there's a small reduction in interest rates, which is what's expected during 2025 and possibly 2026, every month you wait will cost you months. Or, depending on how long you wait, it could take you years to recover from all those months you kept paying rent. The benefit of a small reduction in interest rates amounts to many months or even several years for every month you keep waiting and keep paying rent. On the other hand, remember that even if property prices temporarily go down, in the long run they tend to rise, and as interest rates drop, there's more competition in the market. So, that house that today costs you, let's say, $400,000, could end up costing you $420,000 or $440,000. Because if there's even a small drop in interest rates, more buyers will enter the market looking for that same house you liked. On the other hand, if you don't wait but take action, you're buying at today's prices. And in the future, if interest rates go down, you can refinance and get the same benefit without having to wait. And if interest rates don't go down but instead go up, you've already locked in your house today, and you'll be even happier that you made the decision to buy or refinance now. Some of you might be thinking, no, Alberto, you're not really convincing me. What you do is sell houses, sell loans. I don't sell houses, and I also buy the loans myself. I also acquire the loans myself. On my primary residence, I've refinanced 4 times. And if you're thinking, no, Alberto, you only do that because you're in that business and it doesn't cost you anything. Of course it costs me. At any company you work for, do they just give you the merchandise for free? Do the people who work at the front desk of new car dealerships get cars for free? Of course not. Just remember that the benefits in real estate come in the long term. And to see those benefits, you have to take action. That's not even counting that I have several clients who, from day one, the moment they sign for the property, end up making up to $20,000 just for buying. Because when the appraiser comes to do the appraisal, it turns out the property is valued 5, 10, or even $20,000 above the price they're paying. And just by signing, by buying, and getting the keys, they're already making a profit. Don't think you always have to wait, but in the long run, making a profit in real estate is the norm. It's never guaranteed, but that's what happens day to day. However, these profits only go to those who take action. not to those who just sit around waiting. Still, to be able to get this profit, you need to consult with a professional, not just rely on the daily news telling you what the interest rates are today, because you assume that talking about interest rates is a professional consultation and that it means you're well informed. The daily interest rates won't be of much use to you when you try to make an intelligent decision about the most important purchase of your life, or the most important deal if it's a refinancing. But if you're already ready to buy your first home, you can call me. I have connections with more than 200 banks across the United States, and if you want to buy your house right now, I can help you get a loan to make that dream come true. Only with a professional will you be able to know what your options are. It's not about the interest rates. The options a professional will give you are different types of loans with different interest rates. That's true. Also with different closing costs, different terms, and possibly some cash back at closing. How would that sound to you? But only through a mortgage professional can you get all that information, not from a dream seller. A professional also goes a step further to discover with you what your true goals are, because we're all different. Maybe start out thinking you want to lower your interest rate, but along the way you discover that you can consolidate debt, that through refinancing you can get out of those debts that are killing you or wearing you down. In your case, it might be better for you to have a lower payment or to receive more money at closing. Whether you're buying or refinancing, you can get extra money at closing, but the decision will be yours together with your mortgage professional. And if all this buying and refinancing stuff is causing you some pain in your life, that's actually a good thing. Remember that professional athletes, high achievers, winners, during all those years of training, they're always experiencing pain, physical pain. However, in order to succeed, they don't focus on that pain, and they definitely don't turn it into suffering the way you've been suffering from interest payments for months or even years. Professional athletes know that pain equals success. Because if you're focused on the cost, if you're focused on the interest on today's price levels, you're never going to win. To win, you have to see the value in what you're about to do, which is buying your house or refinancing your house. You have to see what you're about to gain. You have to see the reward you're going to get for taking action. If you keep focusing on the cost, you're never going to do anything. That's why you should never stop. I'm about to have a delicious breakfast with coffee that's waiting for me. In the meantime, don't stop taking action. You can do it.